Celebrity Ascent is the newest ship in Celebrity's Edge Class series.
Hey everybody, it's Angie from Trips with Angie. Welcome to the Celebrity Ascent. In this video, I'm going to take you on a ship tour, including a review of the tasting menu at Le Voyage. Also, I hope you're subscribing because the next video is going to be a full review of my experience in a sky suite in the retreat here on the Ascent. If you haven't subscribed, I love if you would. You can keep up to date on all my cruise ship tours, travel tips, and all-inclusive resort tours. Now, let's get started on the Celebrity Ascent. We're going to start down on deck 3.
Here on deck 3, you'll find Celebrity's famous martini bar where the flair bartending takes place. I love how they moved it to the center of the foyer versus the Edge and Apex ships. It has a small little dance floor. Live music plays in the evening, and we even had live music in the afternoon. We had a great quartet on board our sailing, so this is definitely a hot spot in the evenings. Now, this little door and staircase to the left of the stage as you're looking at it leads down to a secret lair. Just kidding. It is kind of a secret hideaway for teens though. The basement is located down here. This is the teen club. It's definitely off the beaten path. They publish a set of activities that are available. You can come and pick it up every day. And then to the side of that, you'll find the destination gateway. Celebrity really hit it out of the park with this area. This is a completely different redesigned area for security when you're coming on and off the ship. It's bright, it's airy, and it's large. Back up to deck 3, heading towards the back or the aft of the ship, we'll find the guest services area, the place to go if you have any questions, and the concierge team. If you've booked a concierge cabin, or if you're in the upper levels of Celebrity's loyalty program, you have access to the concierge team seated here. I love the way these ships label where the restrooms are, including if there's a baby changing table available. You can always find these signs that will direct you to the closest restroom. We're going to head down the hall to check out some of the restaurants. One interesting thing in this deck 3 hallway is that they kept it open to the hull. They created these panels, but then in between each panel, you can see what the hull of the ship looks like from the outside. Here's those bathrooms I was talking about right outside 2 of the 4 included restaurants. They did something a little bit different in the Edge class ships. Instead of just having one super large main dining room, they created 4 individual restaurants. The first we're going to look at is Tuscan Restaurant. This is the Italian-inspired restaurant. Now, all of these restaurants will have 80% the exact same menu, but each restaurant has its own special appetizers, entrees, and dessert. Now, they'll stay the same throughout the whole cruise, so you could go try all the different restaurants in order to try their unique appetizer, entree, or dessert. I really like this. It feels like you're getting a little more bang for your buck when you get a regular cabin. Across from Tuscan Restaurant is Normandy. This is the French-inspired restaurant. And for those of you that have been sailing Celebrity for a long time, you may remember that there used to be a specialty restaurant, extra charge restaurant called Normandy on some of the older ships. So that's where this included restaurant took its inspiration. And in fact, some of the art was replicated from those restaurants. So you may recognize particularly that panel along the back wall. The way you make reservations, so you have a couple different options. One, if you choose a set dining time, you will be assigned to a restaurant for the duration of your cruise because remember, a set dining time is the one that gives you the same table, the same waiter every night. We're going to head upstairs and take a look at the other 2 restaurants. You can also choose anytime dining, and that would be you would be making reservations each evening, and in that case via the app you would be able to choose the restaurant you want to go to. Now if you did choose set dining, you absolutely can still go to different restaurants. You would just let the maitre d' know that you wanted to try a different restaurant and they can help you out that way. Right above Normandy, we're going to find Cosmopolitan. This is more of an international inspired restaurant. Think, some more unique dishes. Cyprus is across the way. This is the Mediterranean-inspired restaurant. This is my personal favorite of the 4. This is the one we always pick to kind of be our headquarters when we're on an Edge class ship. I absolutely adore the octopus appetizer. And in fact, when we were in a blue dining room, the blue restaurant, we asked for them to bring it up to us because it's just so good if you love octopus. So definitely come here as one of your evenings. So heading towards the front of the ship now, we're gonna pass more bathrooms. They're just outside the restaurants, so that makes a lot of sense. While Deck 3 had the guest services and concierge desk, Deck 4 is going to have some of your shopping. The Celebrity team really tries to bring on some unique offerings or things you may not find other places into their onboard duty-free, tax-free shopping. This is the large jewelry area. This area gets very busy when they have their different raffles or when they're highlighting a particular artist or jewelry maker, and you want to keep an eye out on the program for those special events, special champagne shopping sprees, learning more about the different types of watches, the different giveaways that may be available. Now, I did talk to a few people, and the watch sales on board are really special because a lot of jewelry stores on landside have not been able to get watches back in stock since COVID. Now, this obviously is the casino. It is non-smoking on Celebrity ships, including the Ascent. You can see there's a large number of slot machines as well as table games. And then heading out of the casino, we're going to find what used to be called the Casino Bar, but now it's Craft Social Bar. And this bar was fantastic. We actually didn't discover it until like the third or fourth day when someone tipped us off the fact that this is the largest selection of bourbon on board. So if you love bourbon, you'll definitely want to head here. They even have bourbon barrels from when some special bourbons were made just for the Celebrity Ascent. They have a build your own old fashioned, which is so fun. So you can pick all the different ingredients. So this will be your bar for the bourbon lovers. There is seating just overlooking the main atrium area. These seats are great if you just want to people watch in the evening. And then here is Le Grand Bistro. This is an extra charge specialty restaurant. It offers breakfast and lunch a la carte, so ordering off a menu. And then in the evenings, it turns into Le Petit Chef, which is the special dining experience where they project a cartoon onto your plate. There's also quick service here, so you can buy a sandwich if you just want a specialty sandwich. Now, coming around the corner, we're going to get to Le Voyage. This was a unique offering onto the Celebrity Ascent from Chef Daniel Boulud. So we had the opportunity to eat here. So now let me take you through it. So you come in, it's a beautiful space. We had the banquette with the chair. You have the option to order off the menu or to choose the tasting menu. We picked the tasting menu. It is a preset menu, but you do choose your dessert. The first course was a tuna crudo, was beautifully seasoned. Then came the tamarind crusted prawns. This was my second favorite dish. I absolutely loved the sauce. This Brazilian fish was my favorite. The sauce was incredible, silky, smooth, great flavors. Then comes the duo of beef, which is a combination of short rib and filet mignon. For the dessert, the Cafe Cardamom, of course, comes with a show pouring over the chocolate. It is decadent and chocolatey and everything you would want in a chocolate dessert with a little bit of cardamom. And then the raspberry pavlova was phenomenal. This actually is the better dessert. Coming out of Le Voyage, we will find the very popular coffee shop. This was busy pretty much all times of day with people getting their lattes and cappuccinos, terrific iced tea. You can also grab a snack. So they have all different types of sweet treats. They change it throughout the day. The evenings get even sweeter. Next to that is the iLounge, where to go if you have any questions about your Wi-Fi package or if you're looking to buy some Apple products. Past there, you're going to find the shore excursions team. You can book your shore excursions on one of the iPads or wait to talk to one of the crew members that can help you with any questions you might have. The studio is for fine art photography. You can set up a session with your family if you wanted some very special photos. Then we'll find the duty-free perfume and makeup shop. They also have different sales throughout the journey, so keep an eye on your program for those as well. Across the way is the cruise next desk. So this is where you're going to want to go if you want to book your next cruise on board. There are some perks, extra onboard credit that you can take advantage of while booking on board. The club is one of the 2 theaters on board, and this is a great spot for trivia. They have great trivias in here. We played a couple new ones that involve video game technology. technology that were a ton of fun. So look for those in the program. It's also just a nice bar to hang out in the evenings. But one of the best things they do in here is I call them circus shows. They have different themes based on the ship you're on, but it's absolutely incredible acrobatics and dancing, and you're so close because you're in the club. You'll see we're all the way up top because we got there a little bit late. You want to come early to any of the club shows. People definitely show up at least half an hour, 45 minutes in advance to get some of that front row seating. Heading back out to the hallway, we are going to head all the way to the front of the ship to check out the theater. You can find the ATM right here. It does dispense US dollars. Here are the elevators. A pro tip: if it blinks green, it means it's going up. If it blinks red, that means it's going down. Here's the main theater where the cast production shows take place. Here's a sneak peek at the residency. This was my favorite show. I thought the dancing, the singing, and the song selections was terrific. Also, I love the way they used the graphics on the big surround screen. Just a little bit aft of the theater, you're going to find the meeting rooms. These are huge meeting rooms. Most people use them if they've booked a group. We've heard of people booking a group for their bunco friends, playing bridge, maybe doing some type of crafts. So those can be arranged when you book a group, and that's something I can help you with. It is just across to the side entrance to the theater. Now we're going to head back downstairs to deck 3. You can't get here straight through because of the way the galleys are set up, but this is where the camp at sea is located. Deck 3 all the way forward. This is supervised kids programming for kids 3 to 12. They have a set list of activities. You can drop them off and then pick them back up. So that's in addition to the basement teen area that we saw earlier. All right, heading back up the stairs. This time we're going to go all the way to deck 5. We are deck 5 forward, so this is another entrance to the theater. Across from that is the annex, and we weren't able to get inside. This is a new concept, and it's basically an area you can reserve for private karaoke, private gameplay, watching something on the big screen. If you're trying to watch a sporting event, you book it through the shore excursion teams, and it is an extra charge. It was kind of a mystery to me, but it seems like a really cool thing if you're traveling with a group of friends and family and you want just a private space to hang out and have a little fun. You can access the outer walking deck here on deck 5. It's not technically a walking deck. Some people do walk around it, but there's not a great view because of the lifeboats. I will show you the proper walking deck that's all the way at the top of the ship. That's one of the best at sea. I think it's one of the best walking tracks at sea. The views are phenomenal. You kind of weave your way through the upper decks. Here we'll find the art gallery. So yep, there is an art gallery on board. They changed the pictures throughout the cruise. There will also be a number of art auctions where you can bid on some of these. The Ascent had more sculptures on display than I remember seeing on other celebrity ships. So I thought that was really fun. I especially like those coffee bean sculptures. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about or if you have any of them, let me know. They sometimes play a little game where they try to have you guess the weight of a sculpture in order to win a prize. So lots of art going on. I think it's a great way to get exposed to some new artists. They may also have some lectures or seminars about particular artists. Again, that's going to be in your program, so keep an eye out for that. And here we are heading into kind of the upper deck of the lobby area, and we'll find the world-class bar. Now, one thing you really need to know about this bar is there is nothing at this bar in the classic package. That's the package most people get with all included. This is a fancy pants bar. You can see they're smoking all kinds of cocktails. They have high-end liquors, including that rabbit hole bourbon. Remember we saw the bourbon barrels at the Craft Social Bar? Well, the bourbon, you can get it here as well from Rabbit Hole, and you'll need the premium package if you want some of these drinks to be included, and even there are some drinks that price higher than the premium package, like that smoked old-fashioned I just showed you making. This was our favorite bar to hang out in. You could hear the band playing down in the atrium. The bartenders were phenomenal, and of course we had the premium drinks package. Raw on 5 is their seafood, sushi, Asian-inspired restaurant. It is an extra charge. You pay by the item and order a la carte. It's wonderful. This is one of our favorite restaurants on board if we're going to splurge to have a specialty dining. Highly recommend eating here. Definitely want to get reservations. You can make reservations in the app, and I have a video on this channel about how to use the app. So if you have any questions about that, be sure to check out that video. The magic carpet sometimes comes down here and parks, and this is the door that you would take to go out on it. They have a special magic carpet dinner too. It's a special extra charge dinner. Heading across I call this walking the plank, even though it's not a plank, but I'm walking across over the atrium. We'll come to Fine Cut Steakhouse. This, as you can imagine, is the steakhouse. It is extra charge. It is a per person charge, and then you can get anything you want off the menus. I love these little circular booths. The one downside of this location is it does get quite loud in the evening because the band is playing down below. So if you want kind of a quiet, more romantic experience, I recommend Eden, and I'm going to show you that here in a minute because it's all the way aft on deck 5. So continuing on deck 5 towards the back of the ship, we're going to find some more shops, some more luxury shops. So if you've won big in the casino, this is where you're going to want to head. Bulgari. Then you have these really interesting sculptures. Celebrity invests a lot in its onboard art program. If you are a person that appreciates art, just beyond the art gallery that's part of Park West, I highly recommend walking around the ship and taking a look at all of the art. They have little placards that tell you more about the artist or the work. So definitely worth spending some time in the different stairwells, in particular, looking around the sculptures like the blue one you can see there to the right to see what's going on. Now we're going to head through the enchanted or haunted forest. This is a feature of all the celebrity ships. They all have this really kind of weird avant-garde space you have to walk through. If you've seen some of my tours of the older ships, it's a very small room just in front of a couple of in between the coffee shop and one of the lounges. On the Edge class ship, it's much bigger and you kind of have to like weave your way around. This was the trippiest one with all the mirrors because it was kind of hard to get your bearings and it was weird looking at yourself the whole time. They have a little chocolate shop. This is a little different than the Edge and the Apex, a very special chocolate shop that is open in the evenings and afternoons. Across from this, we'll find Blue Restaurant. This is the exclusive restaurant for guests who book an Aqua Class cabin. It's available for breakfast and dinner. It is included for those guests. Next door to that is some more shopping. Mankind. Yes, this is the store, the very tiny store dedicated just for men. Well, I guess you could claim that the watch store is a big favorite among men on board as well. Heading into Eden. So this is another theater, a special performance space, restaurant, bar, and a specialty restaurant. So lots of things going on here at the back or aft of the ship. It has the most unique seating I've seen anywhere, and the seating that's closest to the floor. If you have a problem standing up when your knees are above your hips or waist, you will not enjoy hanging out in this lounge. But first, let's take a peek at the Eden Cafe. This is my favorite place to have lunch on a sea day. They also have terrific breakfast. If you really like breakfast sandwiches, great oatmeal, and kind of getting away from the crowd. So here's a peek at the breakfast items. They have tremendous cinnamon rolls. You can also get your fruit and then great breakfast sandwiches. The turkey breakfast sandwich is huge. If you're in a big protein kick, look how thick that is. That is all turkey. You definitely want to come here and get the turkey sandwich with egg white. It's phenomenal. That's a closer look. You can At lunchtime, they set up kind of a salad bar, so you can get different kinds of salads. They have soups, and then they have handmade sandwiches, both hot and cold. So lots of great options here. It is open for breakfast most days, but then it's only open for lunch on sea days. They have indoor and outdoor seating. It can get a bit windy because we are at the back of the ship here, so just be careful when you're coming out of the door that your sandwich doesn't fly away. Yes, I am speaking from personal experience, so keep an eye out. It can get very crowded in this area, so just pack your patience hat and grab a spot in line. The included beverages are available, so your coffees, teas, waters, lemonades, iced tea, you can grab those as well. And fun fact, the Eden Cafe turns into the dressing room at night for the production staff that do the show here. Here's the general lounge areas, those kind of lower chairs I was telling you about, and the bar. The bar is very popular. This again has a lot of drinks that would be in the premium package. And then here's a sneak peek at one of the shows. I think Celebrity has the best acrobats. They're absolutely incredible. They also had musical acts here every evening. This was a duo guitar and violin and piano and violin. So a great spot for pre-dinner entertainment. And then you can see up on the ramp, they have incredible places to sit with beautiful ocean views if you're looking for a quiet place to read or relax during your cruise. And during the day, there's not a lot going on here. There may be one or two trivias. If it is a sea day, you will have people here for lunch. That makes it a little bit busier. Down the stairs or via the special elevator, you do need a crew member to operate this elevator. But down the stairs is Eden Restaurant. This is a specialty restaurant, and it has all kinds of kind of avant-garde, innovative, experimental dishes. It's very good. The views obviously are phenomenal. And if you really kind of want to pay attention, look on your itinerary where you may be heading east. And that would be a great night to book Eden because you'll have the incredible sunset view behind you. This is a great add to any itinerary, especially if you haven't been on an Edge class before. I would definitely recommend booking here. Heading back up the stairs and out of Eden, we will check out the outdoor area just outside of Eden. This is a smoking area, so keep that in mind. But they do have some really great views and chairs and chaise loungers. It's another good quiet area if you want to be out on deck, but don't want to be in the midst of everyone up at the pool. You could see some more fun sculptures. I think they should do like a scavenger hunt where they show you pictures of the sculptures and you have to find them around the ship. I think that would be really fun. And you can see there's benches. So if you were in a group, this is a good place to play cards if you don't mind the smoke. And then coming around, you have the area that looks back into the Eden part. We are going to skip the retreat in this video because I have a whole video with a review of my retreat experience. So we're going to head to deck 15 forward instead of 17 forward, where we'll find the fitness center. The fitness center is available for anyone who wants to use it. It's kind of hidden on this ship. You could only get it through the forward elevators. The fitness program also has a number of classes. Some of the classes are included. Some of them will be an extra charge. They'll have seminars as well as different foot analysis. You can meet individually one-on-one with a trainer. So there's a lot of opportunity to stay well while you're at sea. You can see it has terrific views here at the front of the ship. You have your Stairmasters, a rowing machine, a number of weight equipment, stationary bicycles, free weights. So I think pretty much everything you would want is here. You have the elliptical. This does get very busy, especially the first like 2 or 3 days in the morning. By day 5 or 6, people have kind of stopped coming to work out, but in the beginning, there's definitely a lot of folks. So be sure to time your workout accordingly. I've even seen it like packed at like 7 a.m. on the first morning. So keep that in mind. Back in the back here, you can see there's these like recliner chairs that had massage functions. I didn't quite understand how that all worked. You can also find a regular scale in case you're looking for one of those. It's back in the back corner by the workout room. So they have a workout room just dedicated to indoor cycling or spin. Heading back to the entrance to the fitness center, there's a spiral staircase down to the spa reception. The spa has a hydrotherapy area as well as massages. They have different daily specials. You can pre-book in the app. You can also just head to the spa and see what's going on. If you take a tour on the first day, you might be entered into a raffle to win some onboard credit that you can use at the spa. Coming out of the spa, we'll enter the Solarium. This is an indoor pool area. To the right, we're going to have the Spa Cafe. This is another one of my favorites. They offer breakfast, so you can come down here and get fresh fruit, muffins, little toasts, oatmeal. You can also make your own smoothie. The smoothies are included in the premium package, but not in the classic package. The Spa Cafe also offers lunch on sea days. You can special order a delicious turkey sandwich. They also have different little like bowls of pastas and chicken salad, tuna salad, salmon. So lots of great things there. The Solarium has terrific views out. This is taller than some of the older ships if you've only been on those, so you'll find this more light and airy and actually doesn't get quite as hot. The Solarium is adults only and tends to be more quiet than the main pool deck. You can see towels there on the left as you head from the Solarium to the main pool deck. This area is completely shaded, so if you really want a shaded place to be, these chairs are going to be your best bet because they're entirely under cover. Heading to the main pool, this is where the activities are taking place on sea days. It's always hopping. Straight ahead, you'll see the pool bar. This is full all the time. There's people sitting there all the time. You can see there's umbrellas, so you can have shade. Now just remember, they're not going to let you put those umbrellas up if it's too windy, so don't necessarily count on it. I do love that they added this lounge space. That's something different from the Edge and the Apex, so you can just relax and chill here. This is especially nice in the early evening as the weather's getting cooler, maybe the sun is setting, and these seats are prime time. You have a tremendous view over the whole pool. These are the best seats for the officers versus guest volleyball. We're gonna head up to take a look at that hot tub on top of that champagne glass. And to the side, you can find these cabanas. These are an extra charge. You can rent them for the day on sea day. They come with a bottle of alcohol, special service, some snacks, and across from that is the masked grill. This is quick service, hamburgers and hot dogs. You can special order a turkey burger or a vegetarian burger, but it takes a little bit longer for those special orders. Up the stairs next to the mass bar, we are going to find another lounge area. They really added a lot of lounge space on this ship compared to the Celebrity Edge or the Celebrity Apex. So there's a lot of little corners where you can kind of sneak away and hang out. This one is the smoking area. On this side, you can tell by the ashtrays that are available next to the chairs. Then coming across the top, we'll find the DJ booth. This is where some of the musicians will play, maybe the guitar player or the DJ will set up here overlooking the entire pool deck. And then you can come across this catwalk and get a great view of the pool area. So on the left, we have those extra charge cabanas I was talking about. You have the lounge area here right next to the pool bar, the large pool, and then the free seats over there on the right. Coming around, we find another lounge area where you can hang out in the evenings. This one is not smoking. So you have two different options, one smoking, one not smoking. And heading up these stairs, that's how we're gonna find that special whirlpool that's on top of the white champagne glass. There are towels right next to it, and you can come up here. This is perfect people watching. If you love to people watch like I do, this is a great spot to do it. That big orange handle you can see is part of the magic carpet. So we'll take a closer look at that later. Now coming around the deck, this is the walking track. There, it goes in one direction. There's a walk lane and a run lane, and it goes from the front of the ship all the way to the back of the ship. It does change elevation, so you go from one deck to another. So there's a little bit of incline. You head all the way back to the Rooftop Garden. It is one of the best walking tracks I've seen in terms of getting a lot of distance. You don't have to walk around 25 times to equal a mile, and you really cover a lot of the ship. So it's good for people watching. It does get busy because, as you can see, it is still pretty close to the chairs here. So you do have to be careful. And like, I wouldn't do it at noon on a sea day because it's going to be way, way too busy. This area is where the kind of magic carpet goes up and down. The magic carpet is a big lounge, and I'll show you that later. Walking around, there are chair hogs. It is something to be aware of. They do have a policy where they can take your towel and belongings away if you haven't been there in an extended period of time, but people do still, reserve chairs. These up here have no shade, so they tend to be available a little bit longer in the morning. So if you're looking for a place to go, there is a bar up here straight ahead. You can see there's a bar there. So it's not like you're in the middle of nowhere. You have services. You can go to the bar and get a drink right here. This is the mass bar. You can see they had champagne out because this was right upon embarkation. If you want to come and find a bar, they had champagne all over the ship to welcome you on board. There is a television here at the mass bar. Now, I know I talked a lot about the premium package when I was talking about the world-class bar and craft social, but most people have the classic package because that's what you book when you book all included. And this is a dead end, by the way. I I wear that when I film that. But heading out from the mass bar, we're going to come around part of the walking track. Again, this is the other whirlpool that's kind of in that champagne glass. But the classic package, you can get your standard cocktails in that, your gin and tonics, your rum and cokes, your beers, some wines. The premium package is really for people who want kind of more complicated cocktails. You want more of a luxury. You want to have martinis. You want your smoothies to be included at the spa cafe. That's when you're going to want to upgrade to premium. Now, if you just don't want to think about it, it's not that much to upgrade to premium. I think it's like $14 per person per day, and that is the price of a martini. So you can look into that. If you do want a drink that's on the premium menu, you can pay the difference between the classic package and the premium package. So that's another way to go about it if you want to try some of the premium drinks, but not commit to the premium package. All right, now we're headed towards the back of the ship on the walking track, and we're coming across the Rooftop Garden. So if you remember from the older ships, they used to have the lawn club with the glass. This is kind of with the grass. This is kind of how that has evolved on the Ascent. And here is a giant bear holding a lady. There you go. They look very happy together. I don't know. Are they in trouble or is that a good thing? I'm not sure. But one really cool thing that they've added here are these two infinity edge pools to the side of the rooftop garden. You can see they're working on it. Again, I filmed this during embarkation, so they were still kind of getting everything ready. The rooftop garden housed morning stretching, morning yoga. They had a Tai Chi class. They had meditation using the silent disco headphones. This was kind of a cool Zen place. You can see there are umbrellas available for shade, but again, if it's too windy, they're not going to put them up. They show movies back here on the TV screen. They will try to show sporting events, but that really depends on their satellite coverage. So if you're really hoping for a particular game, you might want to get the Wi-Fi package and find another way to watch it, just because the satellite TV doesn't always come through. This is the Rooftop Grill. So this is another specialty restaurant. It is an extra charge. It was open for lunch on sea days and then dinner every night of the week. You do want to make reservations through the app. It is meat heavy, so it's kind of a grill, a lot of steaks, lamb chops, that kind of a menu. Heading around the corner from the Rooftop Grill, there is another pool. So there's kind of two pools side by side, and we'll head back to the Sunset Bar. This area is a smoking area. They're to the left, so that would be starboard side aft in nautical terms. Starboard is the right side of the ship as you face forward. Port is the left side of the ship as you face forward. So down below there, that is a smoking area, and it is covered, which is nice. So you're outdoors, but it is covered. The Sunset Bar has plenty of space to lounge. I think they did a terrific job with the furniture here. It was very comfortable. I absolutely love this redesign of the Sunset Bar from the edge. If you've been on the edge, you know that it's like tucked in. It's really uncomfortable, but they've built it out. It's a beautiful bar to sit at. You do get some breeze, so be careful during sea days, but this was our favorite place to be when the ship was docked because you do get a breeze coming around. They even have a small bites menu. It is an extra charge, but you could be sitting back here, order some Mediterranean small bites. They have a specialty cocktail list that's available here. They've done a great job. Continuing around to the other side, you can see it's very similar to the starboard side. You have a great covered area to just relax. This is a perfect spot if you're in a larger group of friends. This would be a great place to meet because there's plenty of seating, and it'd be kind of like you have your own special area, which is fun. And going all the way down, we're going to end up at the area just outside the buffet. So this is the outdoor buffet seating. The buffet is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and some areas, like the pizza, is open late night. So the pizza's all the way at the back of the buffet if you're looking for it. It is weird that you have to walk through the entire buffet just to get a slice of pizza. I think it would be awesome if they moved the pizza to the front so that people coming in from the pool could easily just come in, grab a slice, and then head out. But I don't think they're going to redesign the ship just for what I want. You can see they have beautiful tall windows, great views from the buffet areas, a great mix of tables. So you can sit at high tops. You can have tables for 6 or 8 very easily. And then there are some some smaller tables for 2 to 4. The buffet is laid out kind of in a big area with most of the stations having something different. So this area is the kind of has a theme for lunch during the day. At night, it's the Mexican buffet area. There is the make your own salad bar with all the different toppings. You have pre-made salads. Then you have the grill. So they're grilling meats right behind you. If you need to special order something, they're happy to help you. Coming around the corner, we'll find the fresh whole fruit area. They didn't used to have fresh whole fruit available on buffets. I think that's been a big change over the last few years as people are more focused on wellness. You have the dips area. So this is some more fresh made salads. You can have your cheeses. You can make an incredible charcuterie platter at this buffet. They have a ton of cheeses and meats. If that's your thing, you are going to be so happy that you have all these choices. This is the most cheese I've ever seen on a buffet here at the Ascent. And coming around, you can see there's all the different chefs available. If you have any questions about your dietary needs, because remember, the signs aren't entirely accurate or easy to read all the time. So it's really important to ask questions if you have a food allergy. They have a lot of vegetables, beef stews. They do have quite a few vegetarian options. There are some gluten-free options. This is one of my favorite stations, the hummus station. They have 3 to 4 different kinds of hummuses, also all different types of dips. I love a dip. Let me know in the comments if you do too. You can look for the carved meat station. At lunch, they have a made-to-order sandwich station. The Asian favorites area has different types of Indian, Japanese, Chinese options. I love the Indian food on Celebrity. It's one thing we look forward to every sailing. The pasta station will have a pre-made pasta casserole. So today was mac and cheese. Then they have different sauces available and different pastas available. So you can have them make your own pasta dish with the different veggies included. Along the way, there's another made-to-order station, which is going to be your stir fry. So you can get a made-to-order stir fry at lunch. And again, you just pick all the toppings you want, the type of protein you want, and they will make it made to order. Here's the vegan and vegetarian corner next to the stir fry station, so you can find safe options there. And then of course you have some hot desserts and then all the different breads. And around the corner, you'll find all the different desserts. Il Segundi is the secondary coffee shop. So you can get your specialty lattes, cappuccinos there. And then you have the ice cream. So most of this ice cream is included. There is extra charged gelato, and they also have candy toppings. I like to get like a little bowl of jelly beans sometime over there, not even get the ice cream. Be sure to wash your hands. I love that they have the hand washing stations right there. It's super important, especially nowadays with so many bugs going around. Definitely wash your hands. Across the way, there is another seating area for the buffet all the way to the front. So if you're having trouble finding a seat, people kind of forget about this area. Heading back out to the pool deck, you can see they do have life preservers available, life jackets available if you need them. You can get your towels right next to it. Across the way is the ladies' bathroom. And now we're going to head out and take a peek at the magic carpet. So the magic carpet is a unique offering to the Edge class ships. It's basically a lounge that hangs off the side of the ship, and then it moves all the way down to the lower decks to make a tender operation easier. So tendering is when they will lower the lifeboats to take you into port because the ship can't dock there. So the ship will anchor a little bit outside of the pier, and then you'll come down and board a smaller boat to get to shore. So this is the magic carpet. As I said before, they have special dinners out on here. They'll lower it to deck 5. They can lower it up to deck 16. It's very popular because it's kind of cool and different. So that is the Celebrity Ascent. Here's a peek at one of the deck parties and like how fun they are. They handed out these, I don't know what you would call it, a baton, these batons that light up. They really try to have a ton of fun happening throughout the ship every evening. There's live music, there's silent disco, there's dancing, then you have these really cool deck parties. Have you sailed on the Celebrity Ascent? Let me know what you think. And don't forget, the next video in this series is going to be my review of staying in a sky suite in the Celebrity Retreat. So I definitely want to share that with you. And then here's 2 videos that YouTube and I thought you might like.